If you're sick of roller coaster dieting and are ready to look and feel your best, unlock that stuck metabolism, love your body again, and experience real and lasting results while never having to diet again, there's only one place to be: the Achievement Coaching with Coach Brett podcast, with your host, 30-year fitness and weight loss expert, Brett Riesenhuber, covering pro-metabolic nutrition, expert training methods for any level, developing an unbreakable mental makeup, kick-ass foods, cooking techniques, wine, and cocktails, and insights into helping you design and live your best life. So put in your earbuds, grab a hot or cold drink, and let's get rocking. Hey, Coach Brett Riesenhuber here. Welcome to the first edition of the Achievement Coaching with Coach Brett podcast. Super excited to be here. I've been thinking about doing podcasts for a long time, and I finally decided I'm going to go ahead and do it and be able to share and help and coach, and I'm stoked right now. So I figure introductions are always proper. We should always have an introduction. So I wanted to introduce myself to you guys first, tell you a little bit about me so you know who is coaching you in this episode and in future episodes of the podcast. And we're definitely going to hit a couple gems so you have some serious takeaways from every issue, every version, every time we do a podcast. And so that you know, I'm not the kind who holds back. I'm going to share everything. I'm going to share the good, the bad, and the downright ugly, right? Because it's all good. The more we know, the better off we are as people, as individuals in health, fitness, in our lives, our lives, our lifestyles. So let's dig in. First off, about me. I hold a bachelor's degree from San Jose State University, along with a ton of other certifications, credentials, whatever you want to call them, like adventure boot camp coach, I should say, a certified kettlebell instructor, different nutrition certifications, supplement certifications, and a bunch more. I've always worked hard to put myself at the forefront of the best in the fitness and weight loss industry across my 31-year career. I've literally coached thousands of people, many of them just like you, and maybe people you know, and you may even have been one of the people who I coached. And now it's time to step up my game again and go above and beyond, staying at the forefront of my industries, because as I'm going to show you, the fitness and the weight loss industries are totally effed up, as are the government agencies and industries behind the mess. But let's go back a bit first. Let me tell you about me so you understand my story a little bit, know where I came from, and how I got where I am now. You might say how I got as crazy as I am now, whatever you want to say. When I grew up, when I was a kid, I was a fat kid. In school, I was literally always like the fattest kid in school. The second fattest. The fattest kid, he was my best friend. And being that fat kid, it scarred me for life, really. I remember different things about when I was growing up. I remember hearing adults making jokes about me. We're talking up in the ski hills. I believe we were at North Star in Tahoe, and I heard some guy making a joke about me, the little kid, about the fat kid rolling down the hill. And I'm 52 years old right now, and I still remember that shit. I got to a point I literally had to make jokes about myself to keep others from making jokes about me. And I always loved eating. I love eating. I still love eating. And I can out-eat most people. I'm a big eater. But when I was younger, I never made healthy choices, but damn, I could eat. As I went through, being younger and moving up into high school and everything, my weight went up and down. But in my mind, I was always the fat kid. I was always fat. I lost a bunch of weight in college, in my early years of college, I should say. I will say I lost that weight the wrong way, and then I learned some things there. I went to San Diego State University to major in business. And in my second year at San Diego State, I found weightlifting. And I fell in love with weightlifting. I fell in love with bodybuilding. And I committed to making it my career. I left San Diego State and moved back home. By the way, I am from Los Gatos, California. I now live in Rockland, California. And when I left, so I'd left the Bay Area, I went to San Diego, I moved back from San Diego to the Bay Area, and I decided I'm going to get certified as a personal trainer. And I'm dating myself here. I did that in 1991. Now, I'll tell you, when I got certified as a personal trainer in 91, there were not many options on how to do it. And I wanted to still be the top of my class when I did. Then I proceeded to go to San Jose State University, where I majored in human performance, minored in business. Human performance would be the same as kinesiology. I think I was literally 9 units away from a double major, and I couldn't take it anymore. I had to go start my business. So in 94, I graduated. I started my company, Prime Physique Fitness Specialists. I ran that for a few years and then opened up my first gym in 1997, Prime Physique Fitness Specialist. Somewhere after that, I opened up San Jose Adventure Boot Camp, blew it up to 97 women with me in the park during the first summer. This is at 5:30 in the morning. I'm coaching 97 women. I had to have a couple of assistants out there helping me. The gym was still running. We had it going. When we opened up the gym, we started out with circuit training. We were the first gym that focused in on personal training and circuit training. We were one of the first boot camps out there. We were one of the most successful boot camps out there. As we progressed, I changed to Achievement Fitness Transformation Center, and we blew it up. We were the people who started up the 6-week transformation challenge. Lose 20 pounds and it's free. And when we did that, we were bringing in and coaching and helping people to transform their bodies and initiate that life transformation. We would have 100 new people in our challenge every 7 weeks. We did that for about 5 years. I opened up a new location. I expanded. The place that we were in was nowhere close to being big enough for us. We opened it up, just an amazing facility, disco lights and all kinds of stuff. And when my wife hears me talk about the disco lights, she'd probably kick me in the butt because she says, "That's not disco." I like calling them disco lights. We had a really, really fun place. It was awesome. We were packed, having a great time. And COVID shut us down in 2020. It was, I believe, March 26th, 2020. Thing that I'd spent my life building got shut down. But as with many people, I got to stop and take a look at what was going on in life. Where were my priorities? What was happening? And I came to some really big revelations. And I realized that this business that I had built to help people and to transform their lives had taken over my life. And I was just running the hamster wheel 24/7, always business, take care of the business, take care of the business, take care of the clients, take care of the business. It was just constant. I also, during this time, got a grandson, and I realized that I missed being with him because he lived in Rockland, and I literally cried every time I would leave him. And I realized that there was a better way. There was a better place for me to live. I've been in the Bay Area my whole life. And to me, that was home, and that's just where I was at. And that was it. And then I realized I could go someplace else and I could make some changes. And when I realized that COVID could shut down my life's work like that, I said, there's got to be some changes. So I moved out of the Bay Area to Rockland. I'm 12 minutes away from my grandson, and I switched my business from brick and mortar to virtual and online. And I completely transformed my outlook. I completely changed my entire life. And I'm not looking back. I've been back to visit the Bay Area a couple of times, and I've got some friends and family down there and a couple of restaurants that I love. Other than that, I'm okay not being down there. So my life of weight loss, I spent my life trying to get lean, to grow muscle, and to look good. And I did about anything that it took to make that happen and to facilitate that. And I think a lot of this came from back of my mind saying, you're fat, right? You're the fat kid. I did anything it took, right? Drugs, chemicals, fad diet, cutting out entire food groups and entire macronutrients, tons of supplements, always thinking I'm taking the best supplements and they're going to help me to get to where I want to be. I followed all of the so-called experts, all of the fad diets. I mean, I've done them all and I studied them all and I know them all. You know, and I always make jokes, the cabbage soup, the Cabbage Patch Kids diet, all of it. Realistically, I started with Atkins, 10 million years ago. I had blood work done testing me while I'm doing Atkins. Low carb, keto, food timing. They call it intermittent fasting, which doesn't make any freaking sense because we all intermittent fast while we're asleep. So might as well refer to it as food timing and just adjusting your food timing. I've done the 21-day detox, the 42-day detox, cleanses, juices, these starvation things that go on for weeks. And you get massive results on some of these things and then poof, they're gone. And I'm here to tell you, I've done it all and it all sucks compared to what I've learned now and since I shut down my brick and mortar location because I opened up a lot of time for myself to study and learn. All right, but let's stay on track here. I got into the weight loss roller coaster. Diet, binge, diet, fall off, diet, blow up, diet, right? And continually hating myself for going back to square one again and again and again, right? Low carb, challenge diet, low carb, healthy diet. It just kept going and going and going and going, and then COVID hit and it hit close to home. I lost a friend, colleague, mentor, coach. His name was Sam, and almost lost another one named Bill. Sam was the founder of a large gym franchise, and Bill, we all know as Bill Phillips, the founder of EAS. These guys were the epitome of health and fitness and maintaining your weight. I was watching Bill Phillips videos back in '97 when I opened up the gym. Sam and I became friends not too long after that, and we all kind of believed in the same things. We had our weight loss diet. We know how we structured our diet. We know how we trained all of our clients to do things. Exercise, workout, being fit, looking good. But Sam passed away during COVID. The Mr. Epitome of health and fitness. We lost him. And Bill is probably at this point still recovering from COVID. It hit him incredibly bad, and he was very close to death. So my question became to myself, oh my God, how can this happen? How does that happen? And that was a quote Sam actually said to me at one point when I had something going. He says, how does that happen? Right? And I'm looking at Sam and I think, Sam, how does that happen? How do I lose Sam? I mean, how is it possible? So as I'm looking and researching and crying, I realize something's wrong. Something's not right. That these two people, role models for millions of people, get hit like this when other people walk away from COVID. Something was wrong. Something was big time wrong. So I dug in and I started researching other ways. I started researching what I've been doing to myself, because I thought I was great. I thought everything I was doing was phenomenal. And in digging into the research and studying nutrition, pro-metabolic nutrition, I found the better way, and I found the way it should be. So let's go back a little bit and let's talk about, what we did. We used to focus in on our protein. right? We would focus in on, protein and salads, low carbohydrate, anything calorie free, no sugar. Oh my God, never have sugar. Oh, sugar is evil. And that led to lots of foods with absolute shit value for the body and actually shitty for the body. Items like, for instance, artificial sweeteners. And some of them are really bad. And things like, I love my non-fat sour cream. I literally had these non-fat sour cream containers that looked like a cow, right? They were black and white blotches, I made it like a cow. I buy 6 of these things at a time when I go to the grocery store. 6 containers of non-fat sour cream. I would do Walden Farms, sugar-free pancake syrup. I've thrown a ton of these things away, and I'm still finding more freaking bottles of this stuff laying around because I bought so much of it. This stuff is all chemicals, and the chemicals are not good for your body. And as I studied and researched, I found the better way. And I have started rebuilding my metabolism after decades of degradation. I've dropped the chemical foods from my diet. I read every label. I dropped all the shit that the government and food industry shoved down our throats. And I learned how it works. When I say it works, I'm talking about the food system that we are currently being misled to consume. For instance, there's massive push on soy. Well, soy in its current form that we use in this country is shit. Soy is actually a small percentage of the soy that we get shoved down our throat. They say, there are Asian cultures that have used soy for millions of years. Well, they did it fermented. It was different. Right? We got soy and all kinds of stuff. It's not good for you. The fermented is done a little differently. They use soy to fatten up the food that we eat, the cows and everything else, because it's good at making you fat. But somehow the government and the food industries have decided, all right, we can make profit. We make more profit by using soy, so let's subsidize it and da-da-da-da-da. They're doing all this crazy stuff, and now we're getting all this soy. So I think it's soy even if you don't intentionally eat it, because the cows are being fed soy. I started paying attention to all that, and I worked on developing it's a pro-metabolic nutrition, and I'm cleaning my body up, I'm cleaning my body out, and I've been working on this for, by now, I've been starting to work on this about a year now. I'm really digging in heavy in the last 6 months, and honestly, I'm nowhere close to being finished. And the process that I've put my body into probably going to take me several years to clean up, but I don't even have to think about it so much anymore. I mean, it's not like I'm on a diet. To hell with diets. We want to have our lives work, and we want to have our nutrition plan work for us in our way, on our terms, to live how we want to be. Nowadays I eat things that I truly love. I love milk. I don't know about you, but I love milk. But I've always drank non-fat, regular milk, and I look for the cheapest version I possibly could find to save money, right? We do lots of things to save money and save time, as opposed to taking just a little bit of extra effort and making shit that's healthy for us. And that's what we really want. We want stuff that's healthy for us so that we can fix our bodies, fix our lives. And I'm 52 years old. I'm working for the next 52 years right now. I want another 52 years. I want to break 100, but I want to do it in good health also. I drink milk. Now I drink whole milk. I'm kind of cutting back to a little bit more of a 2% kind of a milk now. So I could start to work on continuing to get my body the way that I want it. I will eventually go back to whole milk. I love it now. But I drink specific kinds done in specific ways. Like I drink an organic milk. The grass-fed milk is going to be ideal. I just haven't been able to get my taste buds to acquire that taste yet. I'm working on it. It's going to take a while, but I get there. If I don't, I'm still doing better than I used to do. I have cream in my coffee. I have sugar in my coffee. I don't use all this artificial shit anymore. I like ice cream, right? Some ice cream. Not all ice cream's created equal or created healthy. I usually make my own ice cream because it's friggin' easy. Eggs. I don't eat just the egg whites anymore. I can't tell you how many egg yolks I've thrown away. I eat whole eggs. And I love to have my my pasture raised eggs. Oh my God, so good, so healthy. You can see the difference in color in them. In the past, I was always hungry. I was always hungry. I was always on a diet, right? I'm eating my diet foods. And I would literally have plates that people look at me and go, oh my God, how do you eat all that? I'm like, just like this, baby. Jump straight into it. Now I'm not always hungry. The change in the things that I'm eating and the health of my metabolism and my body has made such a dramatic shift. I'm not always hungry. I would leave after having literally a plate mounded with food, and now it's a smaller plate and I'm not hungry for quite some time afterwards. My skin, my fingernails, they were not great. My fingernails were always chipping and breaking and peeling, and I couldn't figure out why. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. I didn't know what supplement I needed to add to my diet, right? It was about changing everything in my diet to focus in on my cellular respiration, my metabolism, healing my severely damaged metabolism. And now my skin's fine, nails are great, my hair is gray. I can't change that. That's the way that it is. But it's been a process, and it will be it's a continuing process. It's not going to end. I'm not going to change this. And that's different, right? Because how many times you start a diet, oh, this is the new way I'm going to live. I'm going to have my, and it never works, right? You can't even keep it up. I've been hitting this for a good 6 months. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I can't even remember the last time I felt like I was getting sick or getting a cold. I feel great. I have tons of energy, and that's just one of the things that I'm going to be sharing here in the podcast. So with that being said, thank you for listening. This has been the inaugural edition, the kickoff of the Achievement Coaching Podcast with Coach Brett. I'm really happy to be here. I know that in time, this is going to get better and better and better and better. People will be talking with, aside from just me doing some interviews. We're going to have a good old time. Make sure that you jump into the Weight Loss Success Club I have in Facebook. You'll be able to find it in links everywhere, and share with your friends, please. I want to help as many people as I can to rev up the metabolism, crank it up, have a great time, have a great